Hello, hello! Welcome to Tears of the Desert! This is World of Warships Legends. I am Phoenix61. Make sure to like the video. You know, if it's good, hold off. Don't like it yet. Wait. You can subscribe to the channel, though. We don't have a lot of subscribers yet. And yes, we are playing World of Warships Legends like we've done many nights before this one. And we are in the Kronshtadt. That's probably pretty close to how you pronounce that, right? Anyway, I am trying to better myself as a cruiser player, right? But it's always fun to be a little risky sometimes, too. So, we are going to press towards A, and I'm heading directly towards this bigger, chunky mountainous island right in front of us, right? So we'll move along that and see if we can't sneak into the A cap kind of undercover, right? Which I think like a lot of people don't do. Most people are going to go to the right of this island and then back up if they get into trouble, right? So sometimes I like to try and be a little bit unpredictable, and sometimes that is the death of me, sometimes that gets me murdered quite quickly, and sometimes it works out. So, there's a lot of risk reward involved in this game, right? And so we're being a little risky. But since we moved to this side, now directly in front of us is another island, so there's kind of not, there's just this little chunk to our left here that we can get spotted through, right? So the reason we're not firing at this Yamato is because then we would be spotted. And I wanted to get closer to the zone before that happens, right? And then I can kind of buddy up between these two little islands here, right inside the zone, and hopefully not die too quickly, right? But at least, so we're going to get closer to this little smaller island because ideally that Yamato that we were first looking at won't be able to shoot us. So we are appropriately angled towards the rune in the Kronshtadt here, and we managed to sneak into the island, or into the zone. And don't ever be afraid to use islands to, change your trajectory by running into them, right? So that worked out for us here, and yes, that actually was intentional, right? I did not want to keep going into the zone and put myself at risk. I literally wanted to buddy up right next to this smaller island so that I wouldn't take fire from those guys to my left, right? So we are in kind of a sweet spot here, and we've got, a nice crossfire on both this Kronshtadt and that cruiser as well. So we will take full advantage of it. Plus we're capping the zone, but that is definitely drawing attention, especially from the Kronshtadt, who has quite the range for secondaries. So it looks like his secondary batteries are shooting us, as well as his main batteries. So I'm going to try and get out of this situation, which might be more risky. It might be more of a risk than staying. As you can see, we're taking some pretty brutal hits, right? I suspected that destroyer out there, so I triggered the radar. But he is out of our radar range now. He was kind of right at the border of it, right? So we'll continue to back up. The Yamato that was originally a threat is gone now, but something still was able to oh man, he could just still reach us. I was gonna say he's like, so I was thinking we were out of range, but as you can see, that hurt quite a bit. But we managed to get away from the Kronshtadt. You only need 1 health point to win the game, folks. We had 46,000 damage done to the enemy team. And now that the attention is drawn away from us, let's see if we can't sneak back into this zone. And then if we can press into it a little bit further, we might be out of range of that Yamato, and hopefully his attention is drawn somewhere else now. So this is probably the destroyer that was out there that's spotting us now. But we will, yep, there he is. So we will pick on the rune. That's really just what makes the most sense to us right now. You could have taken the shot at the destroyer, but it's just like, this rune's so close, and, more likely to miss the destroyer, and et cetera, right? So we'll shoot at him when we feel it's more appropriate and when our bullets would be more valuable, right? So we'll see if we can't jack the kill from this rune, even though we didn't do most of the damage. And nope, we can't. Our bullets didn't. We didn't get anything from that, did we? Yeah. So I'm at a little bit of a crossroads here. So, ideally, being a cruiser, I'm the best ship to go after that destroyer that's out there. But he's kind of running away, and I don't want to take myself so much out of the battle that now I'm not really contributing, right? Like, I know he's there, but am I really valuable taking him out, right? Like, he's gonna, if I turn around and start going towards C, start trying to help out the rest of my team, he's gonna come back into zone A and kind of you know, show himself, right? So we'll know when he's in the zone. But the destroyer happens to spot him, right? So my plan was not to keep going in that direction. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna turn around, and if the destroyer spots him, you know, if our destroyer spots him, then I could, you know, I've got range, so I could then help out, you know, that way. But we managed to get the zone cap. We managed to help finish him off. Now we will go and cap C, or what is that, D? We'll head towards D, right? So, but yeah, like, my opinion on, you know, ships that are kind of leaving the battlefield, right, that are just running away, is to just, like, let them go. It's all circumstantial, right? But, like, you know, if you chase that guy down, you're taking yourself out of the fight too, where you could be, you know, now you're chasing one guy when you could be helping out, you know, and fighting against multiples and or capturing a zone, you know, like that kind of thing. So a lot of times I don't like chasing ships, just because then your contribution shrinks down to just that one little ship. Yeah, I have been that guy, and if you can get multiple ships to chase you when you're in the opposing, you know, the opposite situation, good for you. Then you're taking multiple ships out of the battle, you know, that are on the enemy team, right? So it can be beneficial if you can get people to chase you. We will continue to press this way. Lots of, you know, we got the 2 battleships out there. We managed to just sneak a little ganker shot in there and get a defend, right? So good for us. But we will move into the C camp. We got a little bit of health back using our heals, and we have 1 heal left. So not doing too bad. Like, you know, you only need 1 health point to stay in the battle and keep contributing, right, guys? So if you take bad hits like that from a Yamato across the map unexpectedly, don't give up. Like, don't just YOLO push in and be like, ah, screw it, I'm almost dead anyway. Like, you only need 1 health point, and you can still fire all your guns unless you lose a gun here, right? So keep that in mind. Like, don't give up. Don't throw away your ship just because you took a bad hit. You just need, at that point, you just need to play smarter the rest of the game, right? Like, that's really what you need to do. So we are trying to stay out of spot, but I'm imagining, ooh, we get a Citadel on that Yoshino. Kind of trying to stay out of spot, so we'll move a little bit further over here because this Yoshino's, you know, I imagine he's the one spotting us. There is a destroyer out there somewhere too. Yep. So now that we're out of line of sight from him, we can still shoot him. He can't shoot us, right? So that's ideal in the situation, especially when you're super low on health, right? Try and, you know, as a cruiser, that's kind of like a lot of people's play styles as a cruiser anyway. You know, fire from behind cover. But now it's uber more important when you're damn near dead. So we will move. I'm just trying to gauge which way these battleships are going to go. They're kind of, you know, they're dealing with our battleship over there. And that's probably what they're hyper-focused on. So, yeah, if we can finish off this Yoshino, that's a good shot right there. Come on, baby. Yep, we clipped the island. That was the one that was going to Citadel him, right? That one that hit the island. I'm going to say that. But we are up to 70,000 damage now, and if we would have given up before, when we were at 40, you know, that would be it. You know, this is all this action we would have missed out on, right? So we will continue to press. I'm trying to get to a position where I am more valuable here. I can't shoot a lot from behind this island. I originally thought these battleships were going to come on towards this outside, and they did not. They have changed their mind again. So it's all, you know, I'm sure it's all based on what our team is doing too, but so now I feel like I'm chasing them, right? So here's Yamato. All right, and we're probably getting spotted by the destroyer. So we have a radar. So if we suspect that destroyer is actually close enough to us, we will use the radar to trigger spotting him, right? And then hopefully between the 3 of us that are left, we can take out that destroyer quickly. There he is. There he is. All right, so he's within, yeah. Come on, baby. Everybody kill it. So that battleship's over there, but that island is between us. So I wasn't being. This wasn't a risky maneuver by going broadside to where that battleship is. I will continue my turn though because he is coming around that island. And there's those bullets from the battleship. So Musashi looks like he's probably going to die from torpedoes from our destroyer. So good job. We'll give him the thumbs up. And all that's left to do is help out with the destroyer here. So it looks like our destroyer is kind of pushing in towards that zone. So hopefully, or in towards the smoke screen. I imagine he's either still there or has completely run away. You never know. But in either case, with our 3 zones capped here, we'll eventually win on points if time doesn't run out first. If this guy wants to just run. Occasionally you see that, but if you're the last guy on the team and you're severely outnumbered, I mean, I'm all for doing what you can, but occasionally there is a moment for just going in and dying like a man, right? Enemies capturing area B, so we know he pushed into the zone, so that's going to be the end of him here. If we don't get the kill, our destroyer will. All right, there we go. We will take a look and see where we end up on the leaderboard. Right at the top, 2400 XP. That is not half bad. 178,000 credits. I'm getting better with this ship, guys. I'm getting better. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we have more World of Warships videos in the works.